Hello, human beings. Welcome back to your meditation practice. My name is Bee, and as always, it's an honor to be here with you today. To open up our meditation practice, I'm going to read you another little passage from the Pocket Pema Chodron. This small book is not to be underestimated. It is filled with little nuggets of wisdom. So I'm going to share one with you today. This passage is titled, "Nothing is Fixed." As human beings, we are as impermanent as everything else is. Every cell in the body is continuously changing. Thoughts and emotions rise and fall away unceasingly. When we're thinking that we're competent or that we're hopeless, what are we basing it on? On this fleeting moment? On yesterday's success or failure? We cling to a fixed idea of who we are and it cripples us. Nothing and no one is fixed. My, oh my, how uncomfortable yet freeing this concept of change is. It would be devastating if we were to have to sit in anger and sadness 24/7, right? So there's a bit of gratitude when our emotions shift or they change. But on the flip side, when something happens outside of us or even within us that dramatically changes our lives, it can rupture our entire world, can disrupt our sense of stability and security. But I hope today you can use this practice as a point of stability to come back to your breath, to stay in your body for just a few moments before the wind takes you somewhere else. This idea of not feeling stuck in who we are is incredibly freeing. We are always changing and we should never have to expect ourselves to show up the same way. But as long as we keep showing up with the intention of taking care of our body and mind, personally, I feel like that's a big win and that's what matters. So if you'll join me for meditation today in a comfortable seat, we can jump right in. Your legs can be loosely crossed in front of you or tucked behind you. And as you find your seat, really do make sure you feel comfortable here. If you're not comfortable seated on a cushion or on a pillow, maybe you sit up on a chair with 2 feet firmly on the ground. If that's not working for you today, you can always lie down on your back. So the idea here is you're offering yourself support so that your body feels grounded in hopes to also stabilize your mind. So if you're seated, spine is tall, crown of your head lifts up toward the sky. There's a slight tuck of the chin to the chest so that the back of the neck grows longer. Feel your shoulders drop down away from your ears. And then just let your belly relax. No need to hold anything in or up. Your eyes can settle closed, or gaze can be soft at the ground just a few feet in front of you. If your eyes stay open, blinking happens automatically. And as you fully arrive here in your body, just taking note of what it feels like to be here today in this moment. And meeting whatever information comes up with non-judgment. Because how we feel in this moment right here can dramatically likely shift in a minute, in an hour, in a day. But even if what you're experiencing right now feels really real, really potent, can you offer yourself a bit of non-judgment, a bit of self-compassion? And then we'll start to tune into the physical sensation of your body breathing. Notice when you're breathing in, and then notice when you're breathing out. And although the breath may feel somewhat stable here, it's also always changing. Between the inhale, followed by the exhale, there's always a little bit of space in between each breath. But we can really look to the breath for a sense of stability. So even though it's always changing, there's a sense of trust that the body knows what it's doing. It's doing its job by breathing, and our only responsibility is to observe it. So we'll spend the next few moments here in silence, tuning into the natural flow of your body breathing. And if at this point you notice the mind has wandered away from the breath, no big deal, it's all good. Just take a moment to release whatever distracts you and intentionally return back to the sensation of your body breathing. In our final moments of practice together, once again, just taking in this concept that nothing is fixed. Things are always changing. We are always changing. And to expect ourselves to show up in the same way every day is an act of self-aggression. What if we were to show up despite how we feel, but offer ourselves grace and a whole lot of self-compassion if it doesn't go the way we expected? As we start to transition out of practice, you can open your eyes or raise your gaze and start to come back into the room. Beautiful job, everybody. Thank you so much for practicing today. If you would like to deepen your yoga and meditation practice, visit my website for access to my online membership. I look forward to seeing you next week right here on YouTube, and I hope you have an amazing day.